So the first activity we want to talk about is called Who Dirtied the Water? And so we sent the kits, a package. Calvin, I don't think we sent one to Blanding. We're going to hold off on sending kits to Blanding for a few months until closer. So you might not, I don't think you have these materials. But so the idea of this activity is that we're kind of talking about water pollution, and it's a chance to adapt the story. The story that was provided with you all is based in like Boston Harbor. It's fine. It's a fine story, but I wanted hopefully that you all would adapt this story based on the kind of the history of your own community, right? So the Boston Harbor one is great, but we've done one based on Boulder, where our offices are based out of. And let's see. Yeah, so we'll read the one that we've done based on Boulder, and we'll kind of give you an idea of how this activity goes. Of course, we're doing a really shortened version of it. But the idea is that it addresses different levels, like different tiers of water pollution. And it's an interactive story time, right? So it's for younger patrons, this could be a really, really good option. And again, yeah, that adaptation. So before you do this activity, make sure you kind of tweak it and you adjust the language to better fit your community. So Claire, do you want to, let's see, I'll stop sharing my PowerPoint. Got too many screens up right now. And I'll turn my video camera. I can. There we go. I'll turn my video camera to this fancy webcam over here. It shows kind of our setup. And Claire, do you want to read the Boulder story and I'll show you? The whole idea here, y'all, is that your patrons, we've labeled these little jars with different like metaphorical things, right? So in this cars and trucks one, I think there's just some vegetable oil. And then in like the fisherman container, there's like some nylon line. Some of my things were a little moldy, so I've put a few in just like cups. Here's some soil and sediment and like cleaning materials. So you have these metaphorical objects and patrons are pouring them into a thing of water just to like better understand how water pollution might occur. So Claire, do you want to read the Boulder edition?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pin your screen so it's highlighted for everybody. And yeah, so as Brooke said, we sent you the Boston script, but yeah, we absolutely encourage you to change it and make it unique to your place. So you can use names of rivers or landmarks, but really make it connected to where you are. So I'll read the one we created for Boulder. And Brooks is going to act as the patrons would when they're prompted to come pour the materials into the clean water. So once upon a time, there was a beautiful piece of land. The land was surrounded by mountains and had a river running through it. Fish lived in the water and the land was covered by grassland. The land and river teemed with wildlife. Would you want to swim in this river? Would you eat fish caught in this river? Would you like to go tubing in this river? It looks beautiful to me. I certainly would.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The river carried sediment down from the mountains. Grassland grew along the edges of the river. A small group of people lived on the land near the river. The people called themselves the Arapaho. The Arapaho fished for food and used the river for transportation. They also dumped some of their garbage near the river. Would you want to swim in this river? Would you eat fish caught in this river? Would you like to go tubing in this river?
I mean, I think a little grass and rocks and sand never hurt anybody. I think I still would.
Absolutely, me too. After many years, settlers from Europe came to live on the land. The settlers built a town much larger than the Arapaho village. Some of the town's garbage was dumped into the river. On the mountains above the river, miners chopped down trees. Without trees, rain carried soil into the river. Would you want to swim in this river? Would you eat fish caught in this river? Would you like to go tubing in this river?
It's getting a little gross, but I mean,
disgusting.
We'll see. Yeah, it depends on how desperate I was.
More and more houses and shops were built, and the town grew. Sewer pipes were constructed to remove the waste from homes and bathrooms. The sewage flowed through the pipes into the river. Fishermen found that nets made of plastic or nylon were stronger than those made of rope. Sometimes these plastic nets got lost in the river. Would you want to swim in this river? Would you eat fish caught in this river? Would you like to go tubing in this river?
No, it's starting to really, really gross me out, I'll be honest.
The city of Boulder continued to grow. As it did, the city built laundromats where people could wash their clothes. The laundry detergents went down the sewage pipes and into the bay. People cleaning their houses used poisonous cleansers and drain cleaners, which also flowed through the sewage system into the bay. Even swimmers left a mess as their sunscreen washed off into the river. Factories built along the water's edge often dumped their wastes and chemicals into the water. As Boulder grew, more and more cars and trucks visited. Sometimes those vehicles accidentally dumped oil into the water. Would you want to swim in this river? Would you eat fish caught in this water? Would you like to go tubing in this river?
No, I don't even want to be in the same office anymore as this container of water, so I'm gonna go with a hard no. All right, thank you, Claire. So you can see we have our very, very disgusting jar of water here. We have dirtied the water, and we've like better understood and kind of walked through the area where we live's history.